There's two simple ways to chat with Alice, and the first one is bringing your own API keys from different services like OpenAI or Anthropic. We have a lot of different services that we support, and it means that you can use their newest models and pay per usage. This is usually very effective cost-wise, and you don't have to have ChatGPT and Claude subscription. You will just pay for usage, and for normal usage within different models, you usually won't spend more than just one subscription using all of those different models and their capabilities. The second option is use it on our keys. So pay a small subscription fee to us, and then within Alice, you will have all of those different API keys enabled, and then you can easily use models that we deliver. And this is also a very simple and effective way to use Alice. So let me show you how to set up your own API keys and how to get them from the providers. I am here in Alice app, and let me navigate to settings. You can do it by pressing Command K or clicking here and then navigating to settings or pressing the keyboard shortcut. Here in the General tab, you will have LLM API keys. This is one way of using Alice. If you want to access different models, you will have to obtain their API keys available on their websites. So if you click on the appropriate links, you will be redirected to the website, for example, in this case, to OpenAI's. And here you have to create an account and then navigate to settings. In the settings, you can access billing, and then you have the balance of your account. What you do here is you add the payment method, and then you add credits to balance. So you kind of charge your account with some predefined balance, and this way you can make sure that you won't spend more than you charge it. Also, you can turn on auto recharge. However, please be cautious with that. Of course, Alice can use a lot of tokens. For example, when you are sending files or images to Alice, it can add up to your token balance, and if you have auto recharge, then it will automatically refill and might cost you some more money than expected. So what I think is really wise doing at the beginning is basically turning this feature off, and then using as many credit here as a balance as you want, as well as setting the limits. So if you go here and you set the limits, you can set the budget, and here is the budget alert. And this will not disable your account, but it will send you an email that you are basically getting close to this limit. And also you have the total budget limit that you don't want to spend ever in a given period, and you can enable this as well. And also the pricing of different models is different. So if you go to billing and then pricing, you will navigate to API pricing for OpenAI. And this is the newest models. Then you also have models such as GPT-4o mini or 4o, which you use quite often. And here you can see that for 1 million tokens, you will pay 15 cents. 1 million tokens is quite a lot. So it's, for example, let's say 2,000 pages of text. But also if you are using predefined prompts and assistants and skills and maybe some files, it can add up quite quickly. So you might want to monitor this. And also if you're having a conversation already, some of those tokens will be cached. So you will basically pay a bit less for that. And you can kind of navigate through different models and get to know what model is good for which tasks. At all times, you will have the information about the tokens that you are using in the current conversation, and also about the token window. So each conversation has, within the certain model, has a certain token window. For example, Claude 3.7 Sonnet has 2 million tokens of context. It means that you can use 2 millions within one conversation. So here it would be 30 cents, but of course the pricing of Claude 3.7 Sonnet is a bit different. But please keep in mind that those will be really, really small numbers, and you won't pay a lot, even if you talk thousands of pages to Alice. So This is the most effective way to use LLMs, but also it's great to be conscious about different models. For example, GPT 4.5 is very expensive, and you might want to avoid it or use it really if you want to, because it costs $75 per 1 million tokens. Okay, so from here, you need to go to API keys, and then you need to create a new secret key. It's important that you name your key. For example, you can give it name Alice, and then you set the permissions to all. And then you create a secret key, you copy this key, and you paste it in the settings here, okay? And this operation you have to do for each model that you want to use. So you have to go to Anthropic website, put your credit card there, set up the limits, and then obtain the key for XAI, for Grok, for all the other services that you want to use. Also for some other services like Firecrawl to browse the web, or Replicate to use image generation features, you have to do the same. This is one way of doing that. Of course, this can be a bit painful to register everywhere. So as I said, there are other things that you can do. You can, for example, use apps and this open router settings to have one subscription for everything, or you can use our unlimited AI plan that will give you access to most of the models as well. So whatever you choose, this is the way to go. Once you put those API keys here, then you will be able to browse through your models. Those can be different from what I have here because it depends on the newest versions that change pretty quickly. And also it depends on your API keys. Please bear in mind that sometimes you have to spend, for example, $1 on OpenAI so that the other models, for example, more advanced models, are enabled on your API keys, and then you will be able to see them here. So usually when you are just starting out, it's worth to have at least some conversations with those models, and then some other options might be unlocked for you using your API key. That's it for now. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. So please add your API keys to Alice. And also I want to point out that you can use this method even if you are using Open Router or our unlimited plan. You can still have your API keys in place so that you have your models and you can decide whether you want to use this or that option. So Alice always gives you some options to choose from. This is it for now, and I hope I'll see you in the next lesson.